So, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I know that we did. We had lots of family and stuff over. And now we are in the throes of leftover Thanksgiving food. We've eaten it for 2 days. And you know how that goes. You get tired of it. So, today I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing with all those leftovers. Okay, guys, so here are the things that we had left over from Thanksgiving. We had a spiral cut ham, we had turkey, we had gravy, we had dressing, we had mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, a sweet potato casserole, and those are the main things that we had left over after we kind of ate leftovers and just ate as much of it as we could. And so today I'm going to show you what I'm doing with all of those leftovers. Here on the farm and being self-sustainable, one of the things that we always want to do is make sure that we don't waste anything. So today that's what we're going to do. So one of the projects I'm working on with this Thanksgiving dinner rehab for the leftovers is this pan of mac and cheese. My youngest daughter made 2 pans of this mac and cheese. We ate one, we had one left. She said she wasn't real thrilled with it, so she didn't want to take it home. My thought was it was just a little bit dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole pan of mac and cheese. I'm going to put it into this pot right here. I've got some half and half in the bottom of the pot. And I'm just going to heat this up and just add this half and half in there to that sauce so that it's a little creamier. Has a little more going on there, and may add some salt and pepper to it, and it'll be great. And that'll be a whole pan of food that I am not going to throw away because somebody was like, oh, the mac and cheese is too dry. So, okay, so this is the first big project with my leftover Thanksgiving dinner that I did. I have these containers here that have 3 compartments, 1 big compartment and 2 smaller compartments. And what I did was I put my dressing in this big compartment. And then I took all the rest of the turkey off the bones and I chopped it into pieces and I layered it on top of my dressing. And then I took my leftover gravy and poured it on top of that so that it will be nice and moist when we reheat it. Then over here, that mac and cheese that I was working on, I filled one section with that mac and cheese, and it came out great once I put some extra half and half in it and thinned it down. And I added a little bit of salt. Then the sweet potato casserole, I didn't really have to do anything to it. It was amazing on its own. It's just really blended up mashed potatoes with sweet potatoes, and then it has candied pecan layers on top of that, which are a little bit crispy, and it's just really, really good. So these are actual full meals that I'm going to put the lids on these, and I'm going to put them in Ziploc bags in the freezer, and that is more than enough for Tim and I to eat for dinner, especially if we try to add a green vegetable to that, because this is a lot of carbs, y'all. So if we add a green vegetable or a salad to this, then that's at least enough for us to eat one day, maybe even 2 if we are adding other vegetables. So I ended up with 5 of these trays with all of these meals in the next section. So then I still had leftover dressing, so what I did was I took Ziploc bags and I put enough dressing in there for Tim and I to have for a meal. And this will be either a side dish or this already has turkey in it, so it could be a main course if we absolutely wanted to go that direction with it. But I also, this is enough for me to take one of these bags and stuff inside of a chicken if I wanted to do a roast chicken in the oven. So I ended up with 3 bags of that. So one of the other things that I'm doing right now with the leftover Thanksgiving stuff, I'm going to flip this around where you guys can see this better. I took the rest of the turkey bones and the skin and everything, and I put it in my large stock pot with some water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be simmering this down for multiple hours and making turkey stock out of it. I'm going to go ahead and put some garlic and onion in there with that as well, so we can give it some flavor and some salt and pepper. And I will show you guys how I can that in the next video. So I took half of this mac and cheese and I put it in a Ziploc bag for a side dish for another meal. Then I also took the rest of this mac and cheese and I chopped up a whole bunch of the ham that we had left. We had a spiral cut smoked ham, and I've taken part of that and chopped it up and put it in this mac and cheese. So now we have a mac and cheese and ham dish that we can use for another meal. So one of the next leftovers I have that I'm trying to do something with are these mashed potatoes. They look so yummy, don't they? My daughter made those. So, what do you think we're going to do with these? Oh, that looks like some of that ham that we had left over. And here we have a cup of shredded cheese that's going in here as well. Okay, so here's our potatoes that I added in some ham and cheese. And I'm going to come back later tonight when it's time for dinner, and I'm going to saute up some bell pepper and some onion and some garlic. And I'm going to mix all this in together, and I'm going to make potato pancakes out of this. You just add a couple of scrambled eggs, like stirred up eggs in there with it, and put a little bit of flour in it. And then I make little pancake-shaped blobs of it, dip it in flour, and then I fry it. And those are amazing potato pancakes. So that will be enough potato pancakes for at least 2 meals for us. So the rest of what I ended up with was the mac and cheese with ham in it, which will be a main dish. I ended up with just plain mac and cheese, which will be a side dish, because, you know, I know people up north consider that an entree, but here in the South, that is definitely a side dish. Then I have my 3 bags of dressing here, which will be probably used to stuff a chicken or something, or make a side dish out of. And then I have my 5 full meals here, which will be probably 2 meals apiece for Tim and I if we don't have anybody else here. And then I have some extra chopped ham that I got out of the leftover ham. I've got 3 bags of that, 1, 2, 3. And these will be used for things like ham and cheese baked potatoes, or ham and cheese omelets, or just any other kind of thing that you want to throw some diced ham into, because that's pretty much what I did. I cut it up into little tiny pieces. So, for Tim and I got over 30 meals out of these leftovers. These are, all of them, the potato pancakes are going to go in the freezer for another day. And on days when I don't have time to cook, we're out there building pig pens or taking care of animals or doing something else, then I have stuff already in here ready to go, and I didn't waste any of this food. Okay, guys, well, thanks for hanging out with me today while I showed you what I was doing with all of my Thanksgiving leftovers. Hope this inspires some people to do something with their leftovers rather than just throwing it out. We appreciate you guys watching. We would like for you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. That would be fantastic. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.